Everyone, so I'm Natalie and this is my brother Brian, my special guest today and all things train expert, and we're here to explain about the auto train. Is it worth it? Pros and cons, and will it work for you? And if you stick around to the end, we have a few clips that we recorded while we were on the auto train, so you can check out what that experience was really like. So Brian, can you tell us a little bit about what the auto train is?
Sure. So the auto train is basically a special service that's offered by Amtrak, which is the nationwide train network for passengers in the United States. And it offers a special service where it can take you and your car between the suburbs of Orlando and all the way to a suburb in Washington D.C. And so there is no stops in between for passengers except for one brief stop in the Carolinas for a crew change. And it's basically a non-stop service essentially, to pick up you and your car from one part of the United States and dropping it off in a different portion of the United States.
Yes, exactly. And so when we're talking about the cost for it, there is a cost for bringing a car, and then a separate ticket cost for your seat on the train. But you could upgrade this instead to a smaller cabin or a larger cabin. Did you have any details about the cabins?
Sure. So you can get a standard coach seat. So this is not going to be like your stereotypical airline. You will have lots of space. But the disadvantage is that you won't have that tablet in front of you that keeps you entertained like most airlines do. So no tablet, but you do get a very large seat, and it even has a metal pull down of the bottom of the next seat, so you have somewhere to lift up your feet off from the ground. So it's a very comfortable ride. But you can also upgrade to a roomette.
Which is what we did for the 2 times that we've ridden the Amtrak auto train.
And there's also a regular room option, which comes with a private bathroom, your own shower, your own sink, and you can essentially never leave the room.
But those are available on the car anyway.
Yes.
And so, can you tell us a little bit about what the food was like on the auto train?
Well, just like the coach seat is a much better than the airplane seat in terms of space and comfort. The food on the Amtrak is very delicious. I've ridden the auto train twice. They have, I think the biggest highlight is the delicious buttery steak and the generous amount of dessert that they give. I remember we had, I believe it was a hot chocolate cake, and I've also tried the blueberry cheesecake, which was also very delicious on my second time around. So these are very much more fancy meals, and if you can eat in the dining car, you will get real utensils. So you get to enjoy, a tablecloth, a real fork and knife. It'll feel like more you're eating on a moving restaurant rather than eating at the airplane. Now there is one thing to note. The food service, it is dependent on the type of
Ticket that
you purchase.
So for the roomette, we did have this premium package of food, which we got some wine to go with that as well. And it's great that they're eating back in the dining car, because when we rode last year, they were still doing COVID precautions, and the room was just picked up and to be eaten in your room. If you do not go with this more premium option of the roomette room, then you get more of a microwave meal option that you could get.
The air like this, it's like has the same taste as the airline food, basically.
Yes.
So what you're expecting on an airline between Orlando and Washington D.C. is what you're gonna get on the Amtrak auto train if you purchase a coach seat. If you purchase a room or a roomette, then you will get the better food option.
So maybe pack a lunch if you are just trying to rough it in coach. Let's talk about customer service on the train experience.
Yes, so your customer service is going to vary depending on who's the train master, but essentially whoever is in charge of your car. I remember I was able to get on the phone. I talked to Amtrak twice on the phone. They are able to answer all my questions. One disadvantage that the website has is that it will not tell you where your room's at. And some people prefer being in the front of the train, some people prefer being on the back of the train, and then a lot of people prefer being on the first floor rather than the second floor, because the first floor you're not going to have as much vibration. So the Amtrak, when you buy an Amtrak train, it's not going to tell you where your room is at. You'll have to call and ask. And when I called and asked, the customer service was very friendly.
Yeah, customer service reps were always really helpful when we were talking to them. Service on the train can differ depending on your crew. Our trip last year had not such a great crew. They were pretty understaffed and a little overworked, but your experience this time on the train was better, right?
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about the car loading and unloading then?
Yes, so from both experiences, they load up my car pretty fast. I think they didn't even take. They took less than 15 minutes, almost like 10 minutes to load up my car.
Yeah, you just have to arrive early, or when the ticket tells you to be there, so you can make sure you're there in time for them to load your car.
Yeah, there's a time where the train leaves, and there's a time when they load the cars, and they have to load up the cars before the train leaves, obviously.
Yes. So this is a great service if you're planning to travel along the East Coast. We used this service in particular for Brian's move to New York. He was there for a temporary work assignment for a year, and so that cuts out lots of hours of driving time. So we just had to drive from South Florida to Orlando, which was about 5 hours, and then from DC to New York, which was about another 5 hours, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
More like 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
4 and 5, about 9 hours of total driving.
Yep. So that cuts out maybe like 15 or 10 other hours that you would have had to spend driving, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well,
yeah.
Well, this doesn't count the necessary Wendy's stops that happen during driving.
Not sponsored. And so thanks for sticking around to the end of this. And so we'll show you a few clips of our experience last year on the Amtrak while they were still taking COVID precautions, and a few pictures of what Brian's experience was like now, just this past month riding the Amtrak Auto Train. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments.
Remember to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.
So we're here at the Amtrak station. And our train has just been called to board. Before the station was completely full. Our car was delayed, so that's why now it's empty.
Right?
5246. It's going up.
This is odd numbers. 52, 40.
Slight confusion. Well, we can go down and ask that gentleman over there. I think they just didn't put the number up. What's the good news?
The good news is that this is a new renovated car.
How can you tell?
I can tell because the old cars had a toilet in them, and they were slightly bigger. Now you might think that having a bigger room would be the one to take, but hold on, they say they shared all the sewage system. So that means if one person next door uses the bathroom, you're gonna smell like their room.
Oh no.
So 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 Amtrak decided that all new cars were going to do away with the toilet system, and so now we have a new room. This is a new room, relatively speaking.
So we kind of ran in here. Does the AC work or not until the train starts going? I see a thing behind you.
Yeah, it works when the locomotive is attached to the train. I believe there's like this is just the lights you see here is just, I believe, emergency power, but that's speculation. But yeah, I think the AC will turn on when the train turns on.
All right. So I guess room tour. We've got some place to hang our coats there. Strap them in so they don't attack us. And a pretty ample window that we can escape out of. You can see down there the corridor we walked through to get through to the train. Privacy screen for the door. Looks like we got a window here too, maybe. Yeah. So we can open that up. A lot less privacy. It is tight in here with the luggage. We've got a tray table and no area.
It's also a
Brian's
chessboard.
Oh, that's very faint, but it's there.
It's a chessboard.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, try to disinfect just to be on the safe side. And we got these tiny shelves next to me.
There we go.
A small mirror.
All right.
And above us looks like one of our bunks. And this will become someone else's bed down here. Let's see what we got here. Meat and potato, bread, green beans. This smells pretty good. There's toppings for the potato.
Ooh.
I don't think so. This is the ice cream.
Oh.
Cold in there, and here's the plate. Here's another plate. Oh, the chocolate cake looks good. I think it's gonna be perfect with ice cream.
Open it so you can.
So we can show.
Yeah. Oh, it's got caramel. It's got little nuts on top.
Yeah.
Looks very good.
And then here's a better look at the dinner.
Oh, that dinner roll. I'm gonna be like totally
Butter
on
on dinner rolls.
butter on dinner rolls. There we go.
Here's a Coke.
That's for me.
You know what? Maybe we'll keep all the drinks in this section. We've got some. Oh, here we go. Sour cream.
Sour cream.
Here's this little
Tray.
box.
Are those? Oh, so those are just cups for.
This is my rosé. At least it should be. Yep, rosé. Rosé all day. I saw this at Chateau Saint Michel, which we tried the other day, and it was pretty good.
Now, Natalie, how much did that rosé cost you?
Nothing. Well, it cost me $800, but no.
The rosé
it's
is.
complimentary.
The rosé was free.
Yeah.
And Natalie, you get a glass.
Oh, I guess that is for that. Here's the Coke. Is there anything in this? There's something in here. Ice for the Coke, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Or you could put something else in there.
Awesome.
And there's butter here. Salt and pepper. And the two tests.
That's just.
They're plastic.
Yeah.
But anyway, pretty nice. So we'll try the food. We're trying the steak. We'll have to look at exactly what it's called. Their signature. What do we think? Brian's a grill master, so in his professional opinion.
I'm surprised because when you order like food, like when you're on an airplane, usually they cook things very well done. But this got some pink in the middle.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's actually like like I would say like a medium rare. The sauce is
Oh, really?
the sauce is like a butter barbecue mixed together sauce.
Okay.
I think
So
that
out of 10,
for traveling food, when you're judging this based on the fact that it's traveling food, this is very delicious. I think the only thing that can match close to this, to be honest, is Japan Airlines. And I did like the Norwegian pasta, but that was a unique situation. I think that company is now out of business.
yep, and not sponsored by Japan Airlines or Amtrak. So honest reviews here.
Actually, yeah, this is like a slight cut above Japan Airlines, and their food was very delicious for being what it is. So this is like very good to, and you know, if you're doing a car trip, you're not really gonna enjoy the food because you're being eating like McDonald's to go. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full.
So this is better. I did have a bite of the green beans, which were just like plain steamed, but they weren't overdone, so that's good. First impressions?
No, this is a flourless cake.
So this is the flourless chocolate torte and the vanilla ice cream. These were two separate desserts and we split them both, so we had a little bit of a la mode. And earlier we had the Amtrak signature flat iron steak, the Cabernet reduction, the green beans. There was no carrots, and the baked potato. And these are the other options you have, along with the beer and wine selection, which was a good amount of wine. Finishing it off now, the second little cup. And Brian has ambiance music here. Thank you. Alright, good night, guys.
Alright, let's go to the lounge car.
Alright. Top bunk or bottom bunk?
It was so difficult getting up here, and I lived aloft for most of my adult life.
Tiny steps.
I can't sit up.
Yeah, it's very tight.
Yeah. Hello, we just got off at Washington, D.C.
Lorton, Virginia, to be specific.
And so Natalie, take it away.
So we slept okay last night. We got our bottom bunk back up and the seats back. You want to tell them what we had for breakfast?
They provided a pound cake with cinnamon on top. And then they had bananas, cereal, and egg sandwiches.
The egg sandwiches were all stuck to the paper, so you pretty much I just salvaged what was inside, but it was decent. Milk and cereal, also coffee. Here's the station. We're just waiting to be let off.